Well, fellow traders, 'tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Tuesday, not March, Tuesday, April the 7th. The year's 2026. Let's talk trading. Going for broke. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. And if you're going for broke, that means you probably don't have your risk management in place, because if you're willing to lose it all, then that's just what will happen. So, going for broke. Why did I pick this for a topic? I came across this quote. It says, "You bet the bundle every year, year after year. If you're wrong once, you're out." And so, that's what happens to a lot of traders. They 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 do that, and it's just really not good money management, and risk management. We talk about this, at least I mention this every day, because it's just that important. It's something you don't want to forget, because if you don't exercise, the proper risk management and the proper money management, you know, it's over. And you don't want to be in a position where you can't trade if you're trading. You don't want to lose all your money on a trade. And that's why you have to have some type of risk management, saying, hey, you know what? If I lose this much on a trade, I'm out. I don't care what I think the market's going to do. I got to get out, because if I keep going, then it's I'm going to go bust. And on the other side, if you're up, it's like, hey, like today, there was a point where I think I gave back as many pips as I had, because I'd be up 6 or 7 pips, and I go, oh, I'm going to ride indicator 2. Well, guess what? The market's going, well, we're not riding indicator 2, and the next thing I know, I'm only up 3 pips and I'm punching out. Where what I could have done, could have punched out, price dropped, and then I could get back in. But oh no, I think I had a little FOMO, thinking if I get out, it's probably going to keep going, and I don't want that to happen. So that's why, also have to remember these things, what you can do. Um, you know, and so yeah, I probably had a little FOMO going on, because I didn't want any Romo or Rogo. So but it really wasn't that painful, because I kind of cut down on the stupid mistakes today. A little more disciplined, and practicing something slightly different. Um, and you can see here prices in the launch pad. I really hate to short in the launch pad, but when I got my signal to short in the launch pad, I took my signal and paid off. And I see the euro yen still hasn't filled the gap as we're rolling through the charts here. Um, you can see we broke through yesterday's high. In fact, I was talking to a trader about the wick zone yesterday, and you can see here we broke both sides, and we'll see that in a couple of charts. We're still down for the year, but up for the month at the moment. That monthly opens holding strong today. That monthly opens at 24.6. You can see we had an inside bar 2 days ago. We broke out of that and pulled back pretty well, pretty much to that range. We're sitting right there right now, 42.7. $74 pips of range today. Not much to write home about. We're just 3.4 pips above the open, 31 off the low, 43 off the high. And the thing is, position size, I cut my position size uh, down for the initial trade, but I might add in, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and I'd be back up to what my normal initial trade was. That gives me more flexibility. So if price does move against me a few pips, but the signal still looks good, I can average in. Some of the conventional wisdom says you don't want to add to losers. Well, if you still have your signals, it might go against you, in the short term, but in the long term, if it normally pays off, then that's what you have to do. See, it's like here in the launch pad, but I don't want to trade against the red M30 unless the red M30 is put in a 3 ball or 2 ball or something down at the bottom and it's reached its extreme. Your Bambino Flex is even saying we should go long. We're right at that daily open. It probably is going to break. Price near the pivot is long. And so you can see here we moved up through that pivot. So we did take out that daily pivot. And we've taken out the week and we've taken out the month for those just tuning in. And here's that wick zone. So as you can see here, we popped in the wick zone, price fell out, popped in, price fell out, popped in, price, rocketed up. So on these wick zone trades, you can go anywhere from 2 to 5 pips. It's almost a just do it and don't even think about it. And you can see right now we're at the 80%. That price closes outside of the wick zone. So really nice trades, but you can see here that daily open is just holding its ground. You can see here price has tried, it's broken it, but it hasn't closed below it in let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. What does that tell you? So it's these things when you just, take a step back, get your hand off the mouse, and you're just looking at the price movement here. So once again, the wick zone looks like would have paid off. Candle turned green at 41.5. So maybe you got in at 42.5 or so. So you'd be up 3 or 4 pips. And then you could take your pips and wait for the next trade. And, a lot of people go, oh, no, they need hundreds of pips. Well, that's probably because of a couple reasons. One, they're probably trading really light. And two, they want the bragging rights or whatever. And so you can see here on M5, there was some nice down moves. In fact, if I scrunch the chart up, you can see there if you would have taken that flip-flop of the indicator 2 from aqua to magenta, you would have had a really nice ride. Basically from 75 down to about 40. 35 pip ride. But it takes discipline. Look at how many times it challenged M5 and you might want to punch out, or here. It ran all the way below 50 and then came all the way back above 60. You're thinking, look at all those pips I'm giving up. But it's like, nope, it keeps closing below, Stay in that sucker. Or then again, if you've got a daily goal or something, you can always do that. Right now, I'm dying to short. have to show some discipline. Let's see, what's it look like on M1? Yeah, we got a nice return bar here. We've got about 7 minutes left in this 30-minute candle. And let's see, there's the highest low right there. Boom. But, you know, you exercising discipline and say, I don't want to trade against the green M30. Look at all this green. Why would I go short now? Look at all this aqua here on indicator 2. It's like, doesn't make sense. So you just have to wait. Previous midpoints. So chances are this candle is going to open above its midpoint. So we'll see. Or the next candle will open above this candle's midpoint. And we'll see what happens. Whoops. Oh, I had actually added something. Check for gaps right here. And check for return bars because I already had ranges up here. So I have to update that in this profile. But check for return bars, check for open gaps because price likes to fill those gaps. But, you know, you can just take, you know, a really simple chart here and look at it. And, you know, I was emailing back and forth with that one trader that was trading the euro. And they were telling me how they just kept losing trading the H30 candle color. But it's like, well, you know, during what sessions? I just don't see what it is. If it hits the first line, I mean, sure, sometimes it'll hit it and reverse, but you can usually make that up in the next trade or two. I mean, you can look here. If it went down, there's a couple pips. You didn't take it. Then all of a sudden you stop out. Well, you get right back in and look what happens. I'm not sure what these traders are doing or what they're seeing that I'm not seeing or what they're not seeing that I am seeing because it just, I mean, even here, you went short at the 40, you could have picked up 3 or 4 pips and then turn around long at 45, you'd be up 8 pips. You could have had possibly 10 pips if you put your TP there. It hit 55.1, so if you had your TP at 32.55, you should be out. Just one thing what I've been doing now, I wouldn't put my TP at 32.55. I put it at like 32.54.8 or 54.6. So that way, if it normally would miss, if it was going to not go quite to 55, miss it by a point or two, well, guess what? Now I gotcha. That's, I tell you, it's just so annoying when it gets within 1 point and then reverses and you don't get out. You can see here we got a nice big bar here, 88 percentile, 21.1 pips. And we've got about, 3 minutes left. But we've only got about 30 seconds left in this video because the fastest 15 minutes in trading's just about over. So don't go for broke traders because if like I said, that one trade that makes you broke means you're done trading. You have to go put some more of your pennies in the broker's bank so you could trade again. So always remember, never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.